For each Transaction Capital share owned, you'll get around 0.3% of Impala's shares when unbundling takes place. Bitcoin just hit R1 million. They mistakenly reported that their adjusted EBITDA margin expanded by 500 basis points instead of 50 basis points. Hello everyone, welcome back to another Stock Spotlight where we bring you the latest stock market news and highlights with additional insights and opinions. So today we've got a bit of a new feature for you. So for those of you who don't know, at the beginning of the year, we both made our annual stock picks. So I chose 10 companies, Paul chose 7 stock picks, and it's a bit of a friendly competition between the two of us. That was picked on the 8th of Jan. So it's on the prices from the 8th of Jan. So just a quick update. Paul's portfolio is up 11% thus far. My portfolio, fortunately, is up 22% so far. So Paul, you've got some catching up to do. However, it's been a month and a week, so these returns are really crazy. I don't know if mine are going to hold. My biggest gainer was Foresight, which was already up over 100% just in this last month and a week. So it's some crazy things. So in my portfolio, I'll give over to Paul. Just some of the highlights is Foresight growing over 100%. The company, my picks that's been performing the least is Caxton. So they're down 2%, and that's the worst performer thus far. And just a quick reminder for those, I've asked on my Twitter, or my X rather, to request a company on Easy Equities, because I know most of you are on Easy Equities, on holdings. The previous time when I wanted to request a company was Super Microcomputers. I think it was about 2 years ago. I posted a screenshot. Since then, the company grew 1,600%, so 16x, but I wasn't able to buy the company. Not that I think on holdings will perform the same, but I'd love to be able to have it on Easy Equities as well. But overall, happy with my results. Bitcoin, Ethereum also performing quite well. Overall, can't complain. Paul, any insights on your basket?
You go 22% up for the year. That is actually insane. So congratulations. Of course, your big gainer. You up. Every single stock is up for you, except for Caxton, which is minus 2%, which is basically nothing. 130% for the year, Foresight. Unbelievable performance there. Maybe you can take some profits. Not advice, you do you, but 130% is crazy. And then on my side, as you know, my two biggest holdings, of course, guys, this is not financial advice. Please, this is only our picks. It's our picks, and you do your own research, all of that. But my two biggest holdings, Bitcoin and Ethereum, are performing very well. But I have this one, bad apple, which is Impala at the moment, and Impala is down 17% for the year. Of course, that is my turnaround narrative. So if the platinum prices recover this year, we're in for some upside, but that's actually one of the picks that we will discuss today. But yes, you're winning at the moment, but I'm coming for you.
Awesome. Well, no, Amplats is taking a beating at the moment. And yes, I did take some profits on Foresight. Who knows, maybe it pulls back, maybe some big news is coming. I have no idea. But anyway, that was just some extra fun element there. Remember, it's just a fun competition between the two of us. Let us know how your stock picks for the year are performing. We'd love to know. For those who are regular viewers, thanks for watching. Some of you are subscribed, some of you are not subscribed. Remember, if you don't want to miss any videos, you can subscribe below. And any likes is appreciated to help share the video to more people. And a final news update, Bitcoin just hit R1 million. So it's been a while since it happened. It's now 6% from the all-time high in rand terms, obviously not in dollar terms, but a lot is happening in the space, and there's a lot of excitement and hype. And if you follow it closely between the demand side and the supply side, you can have conversations for hours. So it's very interesting. Just some news update there. Okay, let's get into it. The first company listed on the JSE is Kumba Iron Ore. Their earnings per share is expected to grow by between 43 and 58%. Their headline earnings per share is expected to grow between 18 and 31%. Iron ore production decreased by 27%, and their iron ore sales increased by 36%. Well, what insights can you give on Kumba?
Here you go. So Kumba, interesting company. Of course, revenue is always price times quantity equals revenue. And in this case, the price is up. The price is above $100 a ton, which is great for Kumba. But the quantity is down. So price up, quantity down. You know, what do you make of that? Let's quickly chat about the price and the quantity. So the price is up, mainly driven by China. They don't build as much as they used to, so that's not that great for the price, because the more you build, the more you require iron ore and steel. But there's this new narrative, of course, electric vehicles. And electric vehicles and on all exports require again, the same commodity. So less building, more electric vehicles, it's sort of the same. But at the moment, the price is up, which is great for the company. Production is, however, down. So not a great year. Transnet shipped quite significantly less. Is less 27% for the year. And remember, guys, a commodity company, any miner, the fixed cost is extremely high. So in other words, you're quite sensitive to how much you actually produce, because this is the cost regardless of how much you actually produce. And this year they produced a little bit less, or a lot less, 27% less. So if the cost is high, you have to produce. And if you have a positive surprise, then the market is going to love it and the price is going to go up a lot. If you have a negative surprise, the market's not going to like it and the price is going to dump. But in this case, it's quite weird because the price is up a lot, but the production is down a lot. So they kind of even each other out.
Okay, very interesting. And you mentioned China. I think China really is at a weird place. And there's a lot of arguments. Some say, it's stay away because of the uncertainty. And a lot of people are saying there's so much bad sentiment. Surely now is the time to buy. I mean, if you look at Michael Burry from The Big Short, he's had quite a few bad trades since then, but his two biggest positions now are Alibaba and JD.com. So he's betting heavy on China, but some of the other people I speak to, they're really against China and rather looking to India. So there's a lot of interesting things happening in the global economy. Let us know what you think about the China and Indian space at the moment for investments. The next company we're going to combine two is Anglo-American Platinum and Impala. So Anglo-American Platinum, also known as Amplats, their headline earnings per share is expected to decline by between 67 and 77%. Impala expected to decline by between 76 and 83%. So obviously both companies in the platinum space taking a hammering in their earnings. We've seen the platinum price not doing them any favors. But then once again, with commodities, it is cyclical. In 7 years' time, we might see a completely different picture. 7 years ago, we saw a completely different picture. So it's very difficult to time these commodity markets. And usually when you just think, okay, it's time to get out, they tend to recover and vice versa. But Paul, what do you think on the platinum side? Because Impala Platinum is one of your stock picks for the year, down 17%.
Yes, Impala is actually one of my lower conviction picks. I mean, it's only 10% in the game that we're playing. And the reason is I'm betting on a turnaround narrative. Exactly as you said, you go, at the moment, the commodity cycle is at a 20-year low or something. So if it turns, it will turn at some other point. Will it be this year? That's the bet that I'm taking. Maybe it's this year, maybe it's next year, but then commodity prices will recover. And because once again, commodities are highly cyclical, if it recovers and starts running, it runs fast and you make significant upside. So both these companies, Anglo-American Platinum and Amplats, down, the EPS are expected to decline by over 70%. That's terrible. So platinum specifically. So what's happening with platinum? How is this unique to the rest of the commodities? And it's about the use case. The main use case for platinum and palladium are in vehicles, combustion engine, petrol and diesel. It's using the exhaust pipes. So what's the narrative in the world, developed countries once again, about cars? We're moving towards green, sustainability, electric vehicles. So if you think to yourself, what's going to happen over the next 5 to 10 to 20 years? More electric vehicles or less electric vehicles? Because it's a trade-off, right? You can't have both. I mean, you're probably going to buy either electric vehicle or a combustion engine. Now, the bet is, and this is obvious, that we're going to go more towards electric vehicles, most probably. In other words, the demand for platinum and palladium will go down significantly. And that's why people are hating on it a little bit at the moment, because the narrative and the structural shift in the economy is not in the favor of these commodities. So, yes, I kind of agree with that, to be honest. But Impala specifically, as now another added we say in Afrikaans a sterkie, another thing that really sucks for them. And firstly, they had a bidding war with Northam to acquire Bafokeng Platinum, and they won that. They won the bidding war, but they paid way higher than they were supposed to pay, so they acquired assets at higher prices than it should have been. Also, they had an accident where 13 people died. chaos. So out of all the platinum plays, they are at the worst place at the moment, which means that if there is a recovery, they are in for the highest upside because they're the worst now. So if it goes up, then they'll recover the most and will make some money. So that is my play for the year. Will it work out? Don't know. It's a bet. It's a punt. Let's see what happens. Let's hope for the best. Fingers crossed.
The next company is the small cap on the JSE, and it's called Calgro. So for those on Easy Equities, you've maybe seen the FinMeUp baskets there. We've got FinMeUp baskets on the local side and on the USD side. In the USD, there's metaverse and AI and data, cybersecurity, with a few other baskets. And in the local side, we've got small caps baskets and 2 other. We are in the process of updating them. In the next week or 2, the new and latest baskets will be live on Easy Equities, but you can already go check them out. So what I want to say is Calgro is one of the companies in our latest baskets. Calgro has been performing really well over the past 18 months, been buying back stock aggressively while growing their revenue and especially earnings and cash. So the headline is they just issued a trading statement. Their EPS is expected to grow by more than 20%. So not much more to deliberate on that. When the full results come out, we'll go a bit deeper. But yeah, go check out the baskets on Easy Equities. Now, the final JSE company for today, Transaction Capital, spoke about them a lot. So we discussed the results and everything going on there in last week's stock spotlight. So if you want to go deeper into that, the video is in the link in the description, or you can click here. And also, they gave a new update on the unbundling of WeBuyCars. So the distribution ratio would be 0.3 WeBuyCars shares for every 1 Transaction Capital share that you own. So for each Transaction Capital share you own, you'll get around 0.3% WeBuyCars shares when unbundling takes place. So this unbundling is expected to happen in April. So it's about 2 months from now. It's going to be very interesting to see how the market reacts to the WeBuyCars shares, as well as Transaction Capital and how the rest of the businesses will perform. Now, just something fun for the market watchers. There's a company in the US, Lyft. They are similar to Uber. It's LYFT. Their share price increased by 60% after a typo was issued to the market. They mistakenly reported that their adjusted EBITDA margin expanded by 500 basis points instead of 50 basis points. So I wonder what the results of that is going to be, but a 60% increase in share price because of a typo. That is very interesting. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. We're going to be back next week, giving you more insights on our picks for the year as well. And let us know in the comments anything you want us to answer, and we'll answer that. See you next week. And also, if you want to book a call with Paul, a lot of rhymes in that one sentence, you can book a call with him. The link is in the description. It's free. It's a 15-minute call. You can chat about finances, chat about investing. He is a financial advisor if you want to chat about that as well. Awesome. Have a great weekend. Cheers.